black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's done. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Rep in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint. I hear they scared of it, but them pros ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you out here checking game, I'm falling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you can tell them. Just made $1 million, got another $1 million on my schedule. No love for them, boy, I'm breaking hearts. No keys, push to start. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's done. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Rep in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Got a call from my jeweler, this just in. And women love me cause I'm messing with their best friends. Not a lesbian, but she a freak though. This ain't for one night, I'm shining all week, bro. I'm sipping Clico and rocking yellow diamonds. So many rocks up in my watch, I can't tell what the time is. Got a pocket full of big faces. Throw it up cause everybody that I'm with tailored. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's done. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Rep in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Stay fly like how I'm supposed to do. That crowd underneath them clouds can't get close to you. And my car look unapproachable. Super clean, but it's super mean. She wanna ride with them cat. Count stacks, get fly, take trips, and that's that. Real rap, I let her get. She want and she feel that. Convertible drop feel, 87 the top hill. Back, you know what it is. Yeah, you know what it is. Y'all already know what it is, man. If you don't, you should by now. When you see me, you know everything. I put it down, Taylor Gang. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's done. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Rep in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Just the guitar, okay?
This was all you, none of it me. You put your hands on my body and told me. You told me you were ready for the big one, for the big jump. I'd be your last love, everlasting, you and me. That was what you told me. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You said
That's hello. Well, hang on a minute. Let's just turn this on. Okay. Let's try that now.
Don't like reality. It's way too clear to me, but really, life is daily. We are what we don't see. We miss everything, daydreaming. Flames to dust, lovers to friends. Why do all good things come to an end? Flames to dust, love.
Hello? That doesn't seem to work. Okay. Does that work? Microphone. Okay. Hello.
Young and restless, living this way, I stressless. I want to pull away when the dream dies. Pain sets in and I don't cry. I only feel gravity and I wonder why. Flames to dust, lovers to friends. Why do all good things come to an end? Flames to dust, lovers to friends. Why do all good things come to an end? Time to Why do all good things come to an end? Time to
Test. That's not working. Can I test now? Does this work? Try this one. is that echoing? Why is that echoing? Why is that echoing? Okay, I'm going to test this and quickly turn the volume on. Turn the volume on. Turn the volume on. Okay, that makes sense. Let's play this. Okay, well, get a fucking playlist. You know what? I personally have just joined.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big. Choose not to life of imitation. Distant plus into the reservation. Deep funk the pistol that you pay for. This pump the feeling that you stay for. In time, I want to be your best friend. Eastside love is living on the west end. Knocked out before you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. Burn so bad, I wonder what the wave meant. White heat is screaming in the jungle. Complete the motion if you stumble. Go ask the dust for any answers. Come back strong with 50 belly dancers. The world I love, the tears I've dropped to be part of the wave. Can't stop. Ever wonder if it's all for you? The world I love, the trains I hop to be part of the wave. Can't stop. Come and tell me when it's time to. Sweetheart is bleeding in the snow cone. So smart, she's leading me to ozone. Music, the great communicator. Use two sticks to make it in the nature. I'll get you into penetration. The gender of a generation. The birth of every other nation. Look your way to go to meditation. This chapter's gonna be a close one. Smoke rings, I know you're gonna blow one. All on a spaceship persevering. Use my hands for everything but steering. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. Mob tops are happy when they feed you. J-butterflies in the G-top. Words that blow the meaning in the people. World I love, the tears I drop to be part of the wave. Can't stop. Ever wonder if it's all for you? The world I love, the trains I hop to be part of the wave. Can't stop. Come and tell me when it's time to. Wait a minute, I'm passing out, win or lose, just like you. Far more shocking than anything I ever knew. How about you? 10 more reasons why I need somebody new, just like you. Far more shocking than anything I ever knew. Right on cue. instant person to the reservation. Default the pistol that you pay for. Just pump the feeling that you stay for. In time I want to be your best friend. Eastside love is living on the west end. Knocked out before you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. Burn so bright, I wonder what the wave meant. Kickstart the golden generate hub. Sweet talk but don't intimidate hub. Can't stop the gods from engineering. Feel no need for any interfering. Your image in the dictionary. This life is more than ordinary. Can I get you maybe even 3 of these? Coming from a space to teach you of the Pleiades. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read through. Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. And little girl. It's the edge of the world in all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that war you're waging? Firstborn unicorn, hardcore, softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Mary McGill, be my ferry to the world, be my very own constellation. A teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star on a boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In Cobain, can you hear the spheres singing songs off station to station? And Alderon's not far away, it's Californication. Born and raised by those that praise control of population. Everybody's been there and I don't mean no vacation. Firstborn unicorn, It starts with I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count.
Sorry if you're expecting a lot of talking. Oh. mistake, wasn't it? Hey, Beyond B. Nice to see you're not actually streaming. You're actually watching somebody else's stream for once. Hang on, I'll type. I'm not really. It's kind of weird just talking to like thin air. And I have no idea. Oh. Oh, nice one. Thanks. Thanks, man. I literally just started this stream today. I was like, let's see how it goes. See if I can, paint on stream and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes, eh? At the moment, it's alright, but I mean, it's just me and you watching. How do I turn this up? Hang on. Probably better now. Give me a sec. Oof, hang on. Can you hear the music as well? Is it like echoey? No stream for you today, or are you streaming right now watching this? Oh, this is going to be a dodgy bit. See, I need a light sand colour. And I've been using a light brown. What's this? See that? Fucked yellow ochre. Oh, okay. Well, not at all. I bet a lot of people are missing your streams. I haven't really been, I haven't even played Eve for, well, I played it today actually, but I'm just finding it difficult to actually get the time to play and stuff. And then I haven't actually painted since FanFest. It's kind of weird because you got all these people at FanFest and they're all like, oh yeah, I really like your art and stuff like that, and then you come away and you just feel like a complete fraud. It's like really, really mad. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's been a bit of a tough year. So I suppose it's not been great for a lot of people, has it? I'm gonna add this yellow ochre and see if this works. But I think I've done this all wrong. But it's alright. Because no one's gonna care. And what is it Bob Ross said? It's those happy little mistakes, isn't it? We'll see. This is gonna be a fantastic picture, I'm sure of it. Oh, although I've gone the wrong way with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, happy little mistakes. Do you paint or anything yourself, or are you still in Spain? Okay, we're just gonna fucking hope that this goes well, but it's alright. I'll be able to fix it if it doesn't. Oh yeah, I used to watch Bob Ross as a kid, man. He was an inspiration to me. I got my dad's actually got a picture I did after watching Bob Ross on his wall from when I was like little. But he was quite Bob Ross was quite a like, even though he was just messing around, he still had like a lot of detail going on in his things. You see that? Look, that's supposed to be dark. See that? I've somehow messed up my my line work here, so I guess that's a little bit of a grey patch. Let's just smudge it. Let's just fucking smudge it. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, back in Iceland, eh? Yeah, I've had quite a few people ask me about orcas and stuff like that. Do you know, you'd be surprised how fucking difficult it is to actually paint an orca, to be honest. It's, yeah, you'd think, because it just looks like a box, but it's a bit like the, what's it called? The hound. You know, you'd think, oh, it's just a bunch of scaffolding and stuff, but yeah, no, it's really not easy to paint a hound, man. Hound was probably the worst picture I've ever painted, to be honest, or the most difficult, at least. So this is my first painting for about 6 months, and I'm sort of like rushing through it, and I'm hoping that I sort of have a nice loose thing, what's the word, a nice loose technique to it, because I was getting a bit too tight and sort of like deviating from what I actually really enjoyed sort of doing, and the sort of techniques I was sort of like trying to improve at as well, which is another reason why sometimes you just have to sit back and just not do stuff. Iceland's cold, man, really cold. There's a lot of miners out there, and most of them might rocks at that time. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm actually not a miner. My dad used to mine, to be honest with you, back when I first started, so yeah, we're going to go with that. We'll tighten up the details later. But yeah, he used to love mining, and he used to love mining in high sec with a bunch of people in his little channels and stuff, but the game's changed a lot since he last played, which is unfortunate, because he doesn't, he felt like the game just moved away from his general direction and stuff. They made a lot of changes that affected his playstyle, like a lot of people. They stopped playing because the game's become less of what they wanted and more of what others wanted, which is it's just a bit of a shame, really. Not really seeing that defined line coming out, are we? But it's alright, we'll try and bring that in later. I've got a lot of let's have a look. I'm going to probably bring some acrylic in with a lot of this front stuff here, and this needs to be darker. Like I said, I'm just going to try and be loose and quick. I did have, I was going to use this today, my hair dryer, but it broke, so that's great. It literally broke as I was drawing something that I just painted just today, and I was like, that's brilliant. Can't win them all. I guess I'll have to fork out and buy a cheap. I'll just buy a cheap one. Hey Pando. It is going. It's going okay actually. I'm sort of like quite a loose sort of drawing, painting today, which I'm going to tighten up later. I think. I was watching your stream the other day actually. Oh, nice. Thanks. It was your stream was all in German though, so I was struggling a little bit because I don't actually speak any German. Or am I thinking of somebody else's stream? Am I going mad? I could be. Leberkus Law, that is not a name I recognise. Or is that a what's Leberkus Law? Well, I'm trying to just keep this sort of painting quite loose anyway, so you can see like a lot of these details don't actually match. If you look here, you can see the triangle. And if you look up here, you can see some of the details sort of like are lining up to I can't point at it because it's not on my screen, but you can see underneath here, and then just up here these aren't really matching, but that's not a oh okay. I wanted to go to Germany this year actually, because my girlfriend's a big, don't hate me for this, but my girlfriend's like a BMW fan. She loves BMWs for some reason, so we were going to sort of like double up and go to, oh yeah, that's probably it then. I thought you were actually talking about what was going on in the stream now, so, but you know, obviously like my German sucks. So, do any of you actually paint? I'm going to put a little bit of water in this because I want it. I'm getting a lot of like. I want a little bit of lighter tones. Can you see this bit under here? I'm just going to smudge it like that. Because I can see this little bright triangle there. It's like just picking out this some stupid little details, and then this bit all needs to go darker than it actually was. I'm still going to keep it quite loose, and even just make up some sort of like detail in here, because it doesn't actually need to be perfect. It just needs to look roughly like a Gila. I actually flew a Gila like a few years ago and got into a fight with a little gang. It was quite a fun fight, but I found it way too slow for my liking. Okay, so this is all gonna have to be. You can see this little bit up here. I'm gonna just get rid of that here, and again make up some details, and then we've got this bit here. I'm actually going to use a wash to darken it up later. You should try it. No, I don't know, some people don't enjoy it anyway, but obviously I'd like to see more people, oh, that was a bit too much blue. I'd like to see more people trying to paint and stuff, or drawing Eve. I always like There's a couple of people I've seen on Reddit draw stuff before, but they sort of give up after a while, which is a bit of a shame, really. Because I actually like seeing it, you know. Even like, you know, even if they think it's no good, it's still you know, something that we like to see, really, I guess. And what's good for, you know, most of the artwork that I paint, I think looks absolutely terrible, to be honest with you. So it's all down to perspective, isn't it, really? You know? That is a lovely colour. You can't really see it that well on the stream because I've got a shit camera, but that is a really, really nice, like a greyish sort of colour that I'm going to now just wing this shit because I can't actually see the details on here for some reason. Oh, I do. And I think there's one here. Bring that in. Yeah. I'm interested to see what this actual colour ends up looking like once it's dried. Oh, that's probably a bit too much, but doesn't matter now because I've done it. And is everyone having a good weekend so far? I was actually playing Eve, but I couldn't get a fight. Well, I got killed a couple of times. Solo seems to be very, very difficult nowadays. Everyone's flying a lot of shiny stuff, but also like they're a lot more experienced now as well, which makes it a lot harder for me to try and catch people out, especially when you're like looking for decent targets, because you know, like killing some 2-year-old in a coercer with my Tyrannus just isn't really doesn't really do it at the best of times, you know. Although if he's in a battle cruiser, I'll kill him anyway, you know, because it's a battle cruiser, isn't it? A little bit darker. Probably could have used a bit of blue there. I'm seeing like a warm grey as opposed to the colour I wanted, but it doesn't matter. See if I can get a bit of a darker. So we don't actually use black. I'm pretty much just using those two colours there, which is Ultramarine and I don't know if you can see that, Ultramarine and Burnt Umber. Those are the only two colours. I'm using Cadmiums at the moment, which are a bit cheaper. I have used some of this yellow ochre as well. So I'm just using like the three colours. I'm using Cadmiums at the moment, but I do use these. These are lovely, Daniel Smiths. But the Cadmiums are great as well, actually. Like they say they're sort of like student grade, but perfect. They're bloody grand. You know what I mean? Some people don't like them, but I'm fine with them, man. I'm not a paint snob. Although, like I will say that if you've ever painted in your life and you thought you were crap, it was probably because you were using crappy materials as opposed to or tools as opposed to your actual skill. see this. None of these details are actually going to match the actual drawing because we just like making it up as we go along, really, for a lot of this stuff. And much like they do digitally, we'll bring some of these details out in a little bit, like, you know, to just make it more Gila-esque, or whatever you want to call it. You call it Gila or Gila. Well, yeah, well, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you should see some of my first paintings. Actually, maybe I'll show them one day. Even some of my drawings are actually pretty terrible. So, and there's a bunch of techniques you can actually try if you just want to practice painting, because drawing's one thing and then adding paint is another thing altogether. See that little line there has gone over, so later I'll just go over that with a different colour, I think, you know. A little bit of this colour, this yellow ochre back in here and up here. See, I'm sort of not picking out a lot of these details very well myself, you know. If you actually look at it, I'm hoping that they don't really matter, you know. I like I said, I'm hoping for a looser sort of composition here, or a looser sort of like style of painting, which probably, you know, might not be a favourite of a lot of people, but for me personally, that's the one I'm trying to get. Oh, so this needs to be darker again. And I'm just going to add like some shapes here to sort of, rather than actually paint any sort of like details there. And I can see here there's a little line here and a little block done, and we'll do that a little bit back, and then this one's got a little sort of a weird detail like that, but again, doesn't need to be perfect. This is probably going to go a lot darker at some point, and yeah, I know there's some line work here that I can't really pick out very well. I've got a big light in that direction so that you can see what I'm painting. Ha! Well, you know, what does your sister know? You know? Okay, we are just gonna wash the brush a minute, because we've got a lot of wet on here that I want to dry off, because I want to do sort of like washes and stuff. So you can see like this bit needs a bit of a reddish colour coming in. So I'm gonna pick a red. Let's see. A lot of people like to use Alizarin Crimson. I'm not a big fan, although you can see I've used that quite a lot. Red for now. Just want a little. I suppose I should just use raw umber really, but no. I'm gonna add just a touch of this one. This one's fun. Cadmium red, but only. A little. We're going to add it to the palette here with some water. I just want to make it a little bit. See that? Just a little bit redder. I don't know if you can actually see that, to be honest. And we've got. Let's mix it all together. I've got a little bit more red there, so. Yeah, why not? We'll try that. It's not dark, but you know. Okay, so we got a little bit left over here, which I'm using to just dark as a dark one, and I'm gonna bring that one in here. I'm gonna just. Like I said, I'm just keeping it a bit loose. This bit I want a little bit, you're probably going to hate me for this, but I want this a little bit blurred there. Even this bit, wasn't really happy with the way that went, but it'll do. We're going to add here. And a flick, just because we're going to just add a bit of artistic license here, because why not? So we got a couple of splodges. Again, making kind of making up some of this colour as I go along, because it's not really following the actual ship. This needs to go a bit darker, but we're going to worry about that later. And I like this to be a bit more browner, but sometimes you can't win them all. I don't know why I've done this bit so light. Oh. I said, we're not really looking for anything perfect, just a sort of loose. Let's see some lines back there. Again, in the wrong place. Lines up here. Again, not though it was the wrong lines, but we're not really going to concern ourselves with that, are we? Hey, Fun Ink. I got to roam with you guys again, man. Every time I roam with you guys, I actually have fun. So I got to make sure I do it again soon. I've actually got 12 days, so I'm sort of planning on coming in and doing something with you guys. I still remember that bloody carrier. That's one of the highlights of my of my Eve roams. Do you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a crap roam. We didn't get fuck all apart from the carrier, but yeah, it was fun. It was a fun room. What are we saying? Does that look like what it's supposed to look like, guys? How are we feeling about this? I'll do a little bit of let's have a look. I just want to get a little love this splatter in. We're gonna add some other stuff, but obviously, like, it's been a while since I painted. About 6 months actually. I have done some sketching, but nothing really fantastic, and I really need some of these colours to start drying. Oh, nice! I've actually got a code on the thing. I'm doing 25% off of prints. If you guys can see that. So that's a permanent code. I did it earlier because I was messing around in Umber local. I just died. I'd managed to get into a fight with a what I thought was going to be an Ishtar, Osprey Navy, and a Bifrost, and I was in a what was I in? Oh, I was in a Navy Executor. So I thought it was just the three of them, and it turns out it was a gang. There was like about 7 or 8 of them. There was like 3 Navy Ospreys, a Loki, you know, the usual type of thing. Just jumped in from a gate, nabbed me and stuff. But I did, you know, I was quite happy with the result. I managed to kill the Osprey, but I ended up in Umber, and I started having a laugh with the guys in local, because as you do, like, you know, someone was talking about something else, and we just like to have a laugh in local, and yeah, I thought I'll make a code and put that into local. They're a friendly lot in Umber today, so I think Gita's probably the worst. Gita's got some awful people in it. At least in Umber they actually talk. Thanks, Obsidian. Oh, Raider from thing. Oh, right, we've got some Raiders of the Lost Ark. So is that Kiat from Fun Ink then, or is that a minion or something, or is that my mate Kiat? Hey, I was looking at the photos from. Well, I didn't know if you have other people helping you out with the streams and stuff like that. That's probably like one of the best things you can do with streams. It's very difficult to do all this stuff on your own, isn't it? You know, doing the website, do the streams, do the stuff. Yeah, you know, you know what I mean. They'll enjoy being called a minion as well. I was a bit disappointed there wasn't a fan fest actually this year, but then somebody said, there's I think there's Eve London coming up in March. I don't think I'm going to make that, but they're going to do another one in Oh yeah. yeah, yeah. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. So this is an interesting little technique that I hope it works here actually, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be like, well, that didn't work. But basically, like after a while of painting these spaceships and stuff like that, I was, when I first started, I was looking up sort of like tutorials and stuff. And I couldn't bloody find anything. You can't find anything. It's all digital. Nobody does sort of like watercolors really, for especially not for sci-fi, or at least, and if they do, they don't make tutorials. But what I do is I get a bit of acrylic and I mix it with a bit of white, and it just gives like this sort of like a weird sort of sheen. So you can see like I think it's just here where there's a little oh, that's a bit too much. So we're going to take some of that off, but it's alright because it won't tissue, just normal tissue. So this sort of like weird like whitey sort of sheen works really well for some things. And it's just something I sort of like started fiddling with, because I think how it happened is I actually cocked something up on a fire tail, and then I was like, oh, actually that I quite like the look of that, and yeah, it's got to be very, very pale, and then it will sort of like dry, and then you might have to do like another layer or something like that. So you see this triangle, where this triangle was lost here, I'll pick that up by just and then bring that across there, and just flick it, and that should help sort of like bring that sort of like area back in, and it is kind of like a whitish colour anyway. There's a little white dot here. There is actually a white dot over here, but I think it's a star, so I'm not going to do that one. There is like a white dot here. Again, a lot of this stuff doesn't really need to be perfect. That one looks a bit blurry, so I do that, and then get a bit of actual acrylic and just put it in the middle like that. It doesn't need to be perfect again. No, I actually do customer service for well, I won't tell you who, but yeah, I do customer service on social media. Is what I do for a living, and I actually work nights, which explains why I'm up at 1 AM. I'll probably be up for the next couple of hours, faffing around with this sort of stuff. I expect there's actual artists playing Eve that have never actually thought about painting it, or have thought about painting it but only done like one or two things and then they come to asked. So a lot of people make money elsewhere in life, especially when they're doing especially when it comes to artwork. I mean, so that doesn't look like a colour I want, but you can't see it, can you? So if I just, this is some of the watercolour I've got, and I'm just mixing it with a little bit of that white that I had earlier, and then that's going to help me bring out some of these little details. Now sometimes they don't actually come out properly, but that is alright, because we don't really want them to come out, we just want to get a general impression really. And then we can bring them out like a bit better later. Maybe if I just do this, it'll bring that little block out a little bit better. I mean, it's the wrong colour. It should be like a warmish sort of grey, but you know, it'll do. And then I'm going to use a coffee, so like a little coffee colour here. Now there's a bit of dry paint here, so I can stick my finger on. And do you know what? We've actually got... Where's my yellow ochre? And what do you guys do for a living? I literally deal with angry people all day that have made mistakes and don't want to admit it. So like when, yeah, there's not really much fun in day jobs for anyone really, unless you're lucky enough to have a day job that you enjoy. So we just made this colour, but you can see it is a yellow ochre sort of like, but it's not really the colour we want. We want a little bit of red. So it's just matching. You see the little coffee colour coming in. Not good enough. A little bit of red. Just a little touch. A solution architect. Wow. That sounds like you get paid a lot. What is that doing exactly? I'm just mixing colours, guys. I want to get this sort of like, there's a little colour here that I want to get. So once I've got the colour that I like, I'm going to make sure it's quite watery. Well, not quite watery, but the thing about watercolours is they're great, but the thing about acrylics is when you start applying them, like that. That'll do. Oh, fucked up there a bit, but it doesn't matter. We've got a little square here. You see that? Got some highlights here to do. Well, do you know what I'd like? My job sort of, it is, my job is challenging at times, but it's challenging in ways that I don't really enjoy. You know, like I'm not really sort of like invested in the sort of stuff that they got. That I have to answer and stuff, so it's sort of challenging in the fact that I actually have to like show that I'm interested, and yeah, you know, I'm sure that I'm not. I mean, there's not many people who have a job that they really enjoy, so I'm sure some of the guys at CCP are absolutely thrilled at what they do for a living. We're just going to do this, yeah, just a little line. We're going to probably darken it up again later. There's a little triangle here. This is a bit on the white side. And I'm really seeing like a couple of little a challenging job's better than not than no challenging. Do you know what I mean? So these are a little. Okay. I'm actually bloody listening to Coldplay at the moment. Yeah. Well, I suppose, you know, technically none of us get out of life alive, so this needs to be darker. But not dark, just a little, you know. Not actually seeing any don't know if any of these lines will actually show up, to be honest with you. There's another little triangle there actually. Again, I've got 3 little lines at the back of here. Oh. So I think there are some lines here that I'm not really enjoying, but I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit to dry. you know, I'm reasonably happy with that. I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been 6 months. I have actually got a pen that my mum used to use that I've got to get some decent ink for and sign this. But realistically, I'm just going to keep the same sort of colour here to sign it. It's a very dark colour. Yeah, we'll do it here. Yeah. Well, I literally just got this camera like a month ago, and then moved into a new place. So if I'll show you my setup. So I'm just going to take this off a minute because I've got, oh god, you can see the camera's a bit. So this is how I've got it set up at the moment. Is that the right way around? This is an actual easel. So this is my easel, and that's what it's set up on. I haven't even got the proper equipment, and it's just literally tied to there with some elastic bands. Yeah, I've got a new flat, which has got like a, you know, it had like a studio room. So I was like well happy with this flat, you know, but I haven't had a chance to actually get this thing. I had to be in Ireland, and I was working, and I had to do some other stuff, and it's just like, you know, life, you know, gets in the way of a lot of stuff. Sorry guys, I know the camera's moving around a lot. It'll start moving. It'll start getting still in a minute. Yeah, I wanted to do that for like a long time, but being able to do it and having the equipment, like even now, like this easel's just like literally falling apart on me, and I don't know why, because it's really it is tightened up and everything, but it's just yeah, it's leaning again. It's driving me absolutely nuts, and I've got to really sort it out. So yeah, that's the Gila. What do we think, guys? To rate it out of 10 for me. Oh no, I won't. I don't worry about tip jars and stuff like that. I think one of the reasons I haven't painted for so long is because I was getting into the habit of like painting to try and make money, as opposed to just painting for the enjoyment out of it. And so my technique was sort of like fall into was going to like an area where I didn't really want it, like so I don't like doing commissions, for example, because I always end up trying to do like really tight details and stuff, and it's not really where I want to be with the art, to be honest, you know. It's not like it'd be like a lot like going on roams with just, I mean, for you, just like 300 people on the roams all day long, and just the same ships every day, shooting at structures all day, every day. You know, after a while for you, I can't imagine you being very happy with that. You know, you'd be like, well, hang on a minute, this isn't the type of roaming I want to do. I want to do like more smaller fleets and stuff. You know. Although every time I see a raptor in local, if I see 2 raptors in local, I'm always like, hang on a minute, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to attack anything right now. So while that's drying, might as well just go over what I use. This is a pure Squirrel brush. There's a bit of a delay. I don't know if you're getting a delay with my voice either, but this is a pure Squirrel brush. This actually cost me about 40 quid from Rosemary coat. I think it was like 36. But this is what I was saying earlier about buying stuff that you know is going to last you or is good quality. This has been with me for about 4 years, 3 or 4 years, I think, and it's bloody amazing. This one I got the other day in Ireland. I had one before, a Faber-Castell Polymatic. It's like a little pencil, mechanical pencil. I don't know if you can see that. That's great. I always use this is 0.7, but I always use the 2B, so I've got some 2Bs here as well. The Staedtler are great. 2B Staedtlers, fucking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Can't moan with them. I've got a Milan, which is actually a synthetic brush, but this one's just been really good. And these, the little Da Vinci synthetics, but I use these because these ones are the little tight ones that I use with the acrylics, to be honest with you. So yeah, and paints today were Cotman's. I had like a touch of cadmium red in there, but mostly it's just these 3 colours. I mean, mainly it's these 2. This is what I do a lot of my artwork with. It's just ultramarine and burnt umber. I don't use black. I just use those 2 colours, and yeah, a bit of white acrylic for system 3, which I've had this one for like, I don't know, like 3 years, 4. No, I think I've had this one longer actually. So it's all good. Alright, that was like an hour and 40 minutes. Thanks, man. I'm not sure what to do now. I kind of want to, I think I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Oh, actually, there is a little detail there that I've missed. And you're going to laugh at this because it's such a stupid little detail. You see this little bit here? I hadn't put that in. I mean, there's other things, but oh, actually, I know what I could do. There's I'm gonna have to fix that. Really have to fix that bloody easel, man, because it's just dipping all the time. And this. We're actually gonna there's just a little light that I wanted to grab there. I mean, to be fair, I could just lift it, which is basically just grabbing this and just doing that, and it'll lift the paint off a little bit, and then I can reapply a little bit of to make it the colour I wanted it. Are you doing any rooms at the moment, Kiact, or is that it for the night with Fun Ink, or is anyone doing any rooming? So guys who sort of like October, thanks for jumping on the stream. I hope you enjoyed something a bit different. And let's just move this It's a little bit dark, but this is what, without the light, this is what I was sort of like looking at. I mean, you can't really, because if I was painting, you'd just see my shadows. So I need to have a light up here that's decided to not work. Oh, there we go. Everything's breaking on me today. Oh, that'd be grand, man. Thank you. I'm going to actually leave this on for the moment, and I'm going to go and make a cup of tea, and then I'm going to come back. And I'm thinking, because I'm going to probably be, because I work at night, so I'm going to be up till about 6, so I might actually try and join someone's stream, or I might just go and loot a couple of ships in solo PvP, and then maybe come back and draw something else. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some sketching, and we can go from there. You guys can see how bad I am at actually sketching. Why is this doing that to me? Oh, yeah, I really need to get a tripod. Local three-legged cat. Oh, why is that? Why do you have a three-leg? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to. I think looking at the quality of this camera as well. I'm sort of like, I know it was zoomed in and that, but I don't know whether it's the light in or not. But again, like I've got to maybe fork out on getting some decent lights and like a proper setup if I'm going to continue streaming. Because I'm not being funny, but the camera's supposed to be HD, but it doesn't seem to be. I'm not. It looks a bit like John Blanche's work, doesn't it? Like nice and scrappy, like quite loose. I don't know if any of you know John Blanche, but yeah, you can't really see. Can't really see the details on it that well, Ooh, that's alright. Right, because I'm British, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea, so I'll be right back, guys. I'll see you later, mate. You have a You have a nice night, alright? Just going to get a little photo of this for the website. How about that? So that's the photo that I have here. They've got a crappy, say, a A53 phone. I sort of like need to make an investment and sort of like do more for that. So we're going to put this on the side. Oh, actually, we're going to do this bit. So if anyone's interested, that'll be up on the site in a little while. You can see in the where it says paint free, there's a little bit of a discount going on for the prints. If you're interested in anything like that, they are quite cheap comparatively speaking. I have seen some artists sell their prints for quite a lot. But I suppose you need to be like a good artist for that. And then if you look. I've actually got this on the other side of this, but this is one that actually went wrong. So that's kind of one that's gone wrong, and I've sort of like got stuck on that one. Wasn't really sure what to do with it, and it's been sort of like sat there on this side of it's like a hardboard thing, but it's been stuck on there for a while because I don't know what to do with it. I will probably throw it away. So I've got my tea now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some sketching. You guys get to see my little sketchbook. Obviously some of these are quite old actually. Not everything's that great. So if you're ever sort of like interested in, I mean, that was a Griffin I drew in 2019. So yeah, a lot of the time, a lot of these things, something, you know, they don't come through exactly as you plan. It's a Confessor and obviously a Nestor. Let's have a look if I can find a. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to give me something to draw. Name a ship in Eve, and I'll draw a picture of it. Someone said an orca earlier. I'm not a big fan of orcas. They are. It's one of those things you'd think would be easy to draw, but it really isn't. You know, this is my that's my crypto bear. You know, I actually did it for a mate, but who raps. There's another one for another streamer I did. Some of these are really, really old. I'm just trying to find a page, like a blank page that I can use. There we go. There we go. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we'll do this side. So let us have. Oh, for some reason that sort of went off. Not really sure what happened there. So no suggestions now. I'll grab something. Let's have a look. We'll do Tyrannus, my favourite ship in the game. Or my favourite ship to use anyway. We'll do an old one. How about this? Can we add? No. Okay, we'll do this little Tyrannus, I think. Just a little mess around. There's a few ways we can do it. We can actually, like, if you look, if you're interested in technique and stuff like that. So we can actually line it up quite well. If I do this, you'll see what I mean. So we've got a square here, and then the bottom line here, and then you know you've got your page there. In which case you get your proportions just by I mean I can't do it because I'm looking at a bloody screen, but you can see that this is probably where this part of the ship is. So we've got like a rough guide here. We don't really want these lines. I used to like the old ships because the guns used to look like a bit more chunkier, you know, like and I do like these chunky ass guns on, so we'll probably just see if we can enlarge these guns a little bit. These look like rail guns, or maybe old blasters or something. So again, just going to stick quite loose to this one. You can see you can actually draw shadow as well, so rather than worrying about too much detail, we just draw the light. This is probably going to come out so bad. Alright, let's just do it real quick. We can see that this comes up. Okay. Not happy with that. Sort of. It's bigger on my screen, so I'm sort of like trying to draw it proportionally to what I've got on the screen and not what I'm trying to do on the page. So obviously my screen, this is like this big, which is kind of screwing my proportions a little bit. Okay, well, we'll try it like that. That's alright. So the proportions are already a little skewed. I've got quite a lot of shadow in this one actually, to be honest with you. So I could probably lean into that and actually avoid a lot of detail sort of faffing around. Like, so you can see here and here, there's a lot of shadow there. So I'm just going to fill that in. And again, not really worry about it. There's a lot of shadow here as well. Though I see this goes like this. There's a little line here, and that brings up again. So this one's got and obviously this is just quick sketching, so I'm not really trying not to get bogged down in details here. I can see that there's a bit of shadow here. There's some detail here and some here, so but this has got pretty much all shadow. I suppose this should actually be the engines really, so there should be sort of like light coming from this, but you know, we won't worry about those sorts of details right now. There we go. And for those that are interested, this is just a 2B sort of standard mechanical pencil. I was actually going to get a graph like 500 or something, because I see a lot of people using them, and I'm like, well, they must be pretty good if that's what the professionals use. I'm just going to go with what the drawing showed me and put that in the sort of like thing there. Let's get this a minute. We know that's black, we know that's in the black, and then we know this one's also we've got sort of this is going to all follow a sort of similar path here, so this is wrong. Got this. This sort of like meets the front of the ship perfectly. Like this. So we know the front of the ship is about here. Oh, it's this bit here. This bit here. And then, yeah, we've pretty much got a perfect line here, where that goes up there, and then here, just here, and you've got the gun. So that's the thing when you're drawing proportions and stuff, you get like, you get one bit that you think is right, and then the rest should follow that, really. This bit's got a little bit of I mean, it could be just the light shining at me, but this pretty much looks like it's all dark, dark, again dark, all of this. That point meets here, and then interestingly enough, the wing's probably about here, but it doesn't come straight out, it goes a bit down. So this bit here looks like it's a straight line, whereas just to illustrate it, so that should be like so the wing should be there and a little bit lower, so here, and then that should work, although there we go. A little bit short there. Straight line's not my strong point apparently. So just gonna put a little bit of shading in here, not much. But it is I can actually afford to go over these lines a little bit because we just cut it in with a ruler like that. Sorry, a rubber like that. When we want to make that line a bit cleaner. And yeah. know now that this is pretty much shrouded in. There's actually a little dip here, and then this is straight on from here. Again, we got this round hole thing, then this comes out like this, and again a round thing here just before we have this sort of hole shape coming there. I mean, that's a bit wonky. It doesn't matter, we're just gonna, you know, we've got this shadow coming up here anyway. And then there are any Star Trek fans there? You should, if you could send me your email with a picture of that'd be wonderful. Because one thing that I disappointed myself was if it actually was the fact I didn't get anyone's emails from sales at FanFest. So I was a bit disappointed. I was like, oh shit, I should have got people's emails and I haven't. But if any of you, if you've got any Star Trek fans here, there are 4 lights. But yeah, have you, I don't know, can you send me a message here? Privately? I don't know if you can send a private message on Twitch here. Let me have a look. Oh, there you go. Or maybe I have to do it here. There we go. There you go. I just did a whisper, and that should work. But yeah, like it's. Yeah, I was really gutted actually, because I wanted to send off like thank yous and stuff to people who bought stuff at the first FanFest that I didn't manage to get to. But because I'm an idiot, I didn't manage to do that. There's some weird weathering effects on this that is going to be hard to sort of like do. I know a lot of people, they use darker pencils when they're doing stuff, but obviously I'm only messing around here. Do you know what I mean? see if I could do any of this weathering actually. I mean, this one's dark. It goes really dark here, doesn't it? Just adding these little weathering spots. And there's a little circle there. Sometimes you don't really need to be that accurate when you're drawing, especially if like you're just messing around or practicing. Sometimes you're just practicing techniques, and then oh, that was in the wrong place, but it's alright. Fuck it, it's done it. We've done it now. So we're, as Bob Ross says, we'll have a happy little mistake there. And if I'm right, this one's got a bit of a, yeah. I think, are these the old railguns, or they must be the old, maybe the old blasters, I don't know. This is from quite an old screenshot. Well, screenshot is that image that I pulled off with the internet, to be honest with you. Now we're going to go under here. So we've got another one here. Do you do any solo PvP there, or on your streams? I know a lot of people do like gang stuff, and I'm finding it more and more difficult to do sort of like solo PvP. Like everybody seems to everybody knows what they're doing now, and they're all flying like really shiny stuff. And I haven't really played that much this year because I just haven't had the time really, you know. So I just keep dying a lot. Yeah, I have been. A lot of guys are saying the solo wormhole stuff, but I'm finding the hours and hours you need to spend just to get, you know, just to find stuff in wormholes. Sometimes, you know, is a bit of a nightmare. I'm going to do this one here. It's not exactly accurate. Well, yeah, okay, it's reasonably accurate. There's here with the thing, but I'm sort of like becoming looser and looser with this drawing as time goes on. Just trying to speed it up, really. we've got the 4 lights here. Sorry, six lights. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If I could, I would. I'm actually not that good at Eve, or not good enough to really do streams in that sort of like way. This has gone a bit skewed there. That's sort of like very wrong. But I do, I still enjoy solo PvP. It's sort of like it is sort of the one that I enjoy, the game sort of style that I enjoy the most. I do like small gang stuff as well. But I find it harder and harder because I don't play that much. I'm sort of like out of touch with a lot of guys. A lot of the guys, that I used to, that I have done stuff with, or they've all sort of like quit, or don't really play as much anymore. I always wanted to fly with like oh yeah, the tubes were a bit of a nightmare to get out there as well. I found that the last time I went out there, unfortunately. So I did have sort of like some cardboard that I bought, so people could roll it up in that. That sort of like worked because they, packing it in their suitcases and stuff like that. But yeah, not the best sort of. Not the best sort of like way to move art. So like a rough little Tyrannus there with a quick sketch. How that was actually like 50 minutes, wasn't it? Or is my tea cold? No, my tea's still warm, so it wasn't 50 minutes. I sent you a whisper there, or can I get an invite? What's that? I don't know what that is. But there is a I don't know what the invite is. I'm sort of new to why does it not let me? I don't know. Yes, I'm sort of like not really used to Twitch at all, so I just got myself set up today with my little sort of like painting. Did you see the painting earlier? So this is the one I did. This is the one I did earlier. This is what I was painting earlier before I started sketching. that's what I did earlier. Yeah, the good old Gila. But I don't use them, to be honest. I always find them slow. A lot of people are like, oh, they're great at kiting. They're good at all this sort of like stuff and that. But I was like, I don't know, man. I just found it like really, really slow. It's a nice ship and all, but yeah, it's a nice ship. It was just, I don't know, man, just way too slow, sort of like for my sort of like liking, really. Do you know what I mean? I prefer ships that are a lot faster. Like the Cinnamon I quite like, but it's, I don't know, the Navy Airman I quite like as well. But I don't know. I think I need to start flying in small gangs. Again, because I die way much more than I get kills. But I also take a lot of risks, like a lot of stupid risks and that, because I fly cheap. Yeah. I think I had one that did like 900 DPS or something stupid, and still tanked as well. But it's just the speed, man. It was just like, I think it's like 17 or 1800 MS that I had it going at. So, I mean, I suppose I should probably fork out for some implants and that, but I feel like with a lot of implants you should be like really playing a lot more. I just need to get back into it, I think. Yeah, I've done stuff with Kiact before, quite a few times and that. I mean, I think what happened was I was playing Eve quite a lot, and then my PC died, and I didn't have a PC for like a year, I think, so I didn't really play Eve. And then when I got one, it was a bit of a shit PC, and then I got this recent one. I got this PC like about a year ago now, and I didn't get it set up for like a couple of months. And then when I did get it set up, I'm kind of working and a bunch of more stuff going on, so I haven't really had the opportunity to use it. And I've said now that I've just taken like a couple of days off, so I'm probably gonna do a couple of more streams, hopefully getting a couple of more paintings like this out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put them on a store yet. Maybe I'll put them on a store, maybe I'll do discounts for people watching the stream or something, we'll see. I've got, who's yellow onion rings? Oh. Thanks, yellow lion rings. Oh, it's not yellow onion rings. I thought it was something different. But yeah, I kind of want to get into the streaming and make more, do more videos and stuff like that. It's definitely sort of something I'm sort of like really keen on doing. Over the next couple of days, and then maybe, I've done the wrong thing, haven't I? Yeah, I've deleted the wrong media source. As you can see, guys, I'm not exactly the best at this sort of stuff. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna hop off now and hopefully maybe be back later or tomorrow. So everyone enjoy your night, alright? And thanks for watching, guys.